What's going on YouTube? Today I'm looking at the first ever mouse from this brand. It is the PM1 from Sprime. This mouse has an obvious resemblance to the G703 from Logitech. It's an interesting ergo shape. It has sort of a cult following on the scene. The PM1 aims to capture that for sure with much better internals and with a much lighter weight. Something interesting about the PM1 is that it is eerily similar to the Ninjutsu Sora V2 in just about every way besides the shape. The material, the dongle, the clicks, and even the board are almost exactly the same as in the Sora V2. These are two separate companies, but their mice were made in the same factory and that they were most likely offered the same materials when they were making their mice. So when it comes to internals, the PM1 is again very similar to the Sora V2. It sports a Pixart 3395 sensor and comes in at a very light 43.7 grams. It's advertised at 43 grams, so that's very good. It has a popular Nordic chipset in it and my favorite Omron optical switches. It advertises 8K polling ready, but the dongle is not available yet to be compatible with 8K polling, so the mouse is really only capable of 1K. I'm pretty annoyed with both Sprime and Ninjutsu for the delays on the 8K polling due to their advertising, but apparently this is due to high demand, which is slowing down their progress. I'm not really sure what it is, but in general, I would like them to have the 8K dongle out by now because they advertised both of these mice being 8K ready, and it's not even available yet. The Sprime does have something called Prime Speed Wireless, which is the same as Snappy Fire Wireless on the Sora V2. It's still 1K polling, but your mouse uses more power in an attempt to have better performance. The shape of the PM1 is a unique ergo shape very similar to the G703 from Logitech. It's slightly smaller than that mouse, but still viable for all grip styles depending on your hand size. Personally, as a fingertip user, I did not love the shape though. The left click being much higher off the pad than the right click felt very off to me, which is why I prefer symmetrical mice over ergo mice. The clicks, like I said, are my favorite switches, Omron Opticals. I love them for the most part, but they do have a slight squeaking issue on my unit, which got really annoying during use. The material on the clicks of this mouse, just like on the Sora V2, is very flimsy. This wasn't a problem for me because of my grip as my fingers sit higher up on the mouse, but if your fingers do go to the end, you will for sure feel a lot of post travel in the clicks. It's pretty bad on this mouse, and I think it could be a real problem for some people if they do have a grip style like that. The side buttons also have a bit of post travel for the same reason, but not enough to really notice during gameplay. I do wish the side buttons were a little bit more tactile though. I do really like their size and positioning, so all in all, the side buttons were pretty good. When it comes to the scroll wheel, it's just fine. There's nothing in particular wrong with it or nothing in particular great about it. It just gets the job done well. Moving on to the coating, I was surprised by the fact that it is a little bit more slick than the Sora V2. I thought that having the same material would mean that it would have the exact same coating, but the PM1 obviously is a little bit worse. Because the mouse is so light though, it doesn't really make a huge difference, but if you do feel the need, I would grab some aftermarket grips, or they do have grips that come in the box, which is really nice, and you can put those on if you want. The stock skates on this mouse were not great at all. As you can see, I very quickly switched them out for some Ghost Glide Edge runners, and my experience was instantly better. I highly suggest you do the same with this mouse because it is obvious that they kind of cheaped out on the skates. Performance-wise, again, just like the Sora V2, the 1K polling in competitive mode feels superb for a 1K mouse. The mouse is very responsive, the side buttons feel great in a game like Fortnite because of their position and their size, and I had no complaints in terms of smoothness. Definitely turn competitive mode on. It uses more power, but I for sure think that it's worth it. For the rating of this mouse, I give it a decent 3.5 out of 5. It really didn't wow me too much like the Sora did, as the clicks aren't great, the coating is slick, and mainly the shape really just does not complement my grip style at all. Not only that, but it's really hard to overlook the $120 price tag on this mouse. I think you are definitely better off getting a mouse that has a better build quality, such as the Zowie U2, which I just made a review for. Or if you want to go on the cheaper end, you could grab a Zalpin mouse, such as the Z1 or the Z2, or you could grab the VXE-R1 Pro, which is a really popular budget mouse. So that does it for my review of the Sprime PM1. I have a lot of other things coming up on the channel and on my Twitter in the future. I have the new ATK mouse coming, I have the G-Wolves HTR fingertip mouse coming, the WL mouse BeastX Max, and the Vaxi XES. So all those mice I will be covering a lot on my Twitter, as well as doing reviews on my channel. So make sure to subscribe to the channel to see what review I do next. It will most likely be the WL mouse BeastX Max. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Hey, we can fuck, little mama, I can't lip lock.